Welcome to JasonWhiskyWise. My name is Jason. Welcome today to a whiskey review where we're going to be reviewing the Deanston 12-year-old. Now, this is something that I've been waiting to review for some time. I actually bought a full-size bottle of this, finished it off, and then I realized, you know what, I was meant to do a review on it, and I completely forgot. So, this week, and this has actually been requested by a few of you guys, I'm going to be covering some different Deanston whiskies. I'm going to start off with the entry level being the 12-year-old. Now, Deanston, this one here is a 12-year-old whiskey bottled at 46.3%. The actual cask maturation for this one are complete ex-bourbon casks. And then in terms of the distillery itself, is the Deanston Distillery. They are owned by the parent company Distill, and they are located in the Highlands of Scotland. And they're actually not too far from Glasgow. I think they're around about an hour drive. So when I do head up there soon, actually I think it's in the next 3 weeks, I'll be up there in Scotland. We are going to go pay them a visit. I'll take you guys, if they have perfect internet, I'll do a live stream because I think that'll be kind of cool, taking you guys and being there in the moment. Now, in terms of the actual price point, I had the full-size bottle. It's now finished. It was £42, I think I paid, but I was also given an offer on one at 36. So it's somewhere in that around about just that £40 bracket. And in terms of exclusivity, it's not exclusive and it's all naturally colored. So that means let's get straight into the actual nosing of this whiskey. Into the nose. So to begin things on the nose now, straight away, this is a very summery whiskey. It's light in its approach. It's not too heavy. And actually today it's 29 degrees outside, so it goes kind of perfectly with the summer weather, or kind of like a heat wave here in London. But I'm greeted straight away on the nose with this appley character, and it's kind of rounded together with a sweeter note. To me, it's almost like a toffee apple. It's like that Halloween toffee apple. There is even a slight sort of almost like a waxy character. That is insane how it's got wax on the nose. It's got even a little bit of like apricot jam and continuing on these sort of summer fruits, a bit of stone fruits in the mix. A bit of lemon sherbet, giving a slight zingy character about it. And then you're getting these vanillas, and it's quite a creamy vanilla on that one. It's like a vanilla pastry or vanilla custard tart. There is even a little bit of icing sugar, adding a little dimension of sweetness to this. And then there is a very strong, almost dominant cereal note that stays very solid in this one throughout. And to me, it's almost like, it's like cornflakes. It's actually like cornflakes. This reminds me of cornflakes. Don't recommend, actually, I might try this with breakfast. I might try this with cereal at some point with cornflakes, so you guys will see the results at the end of that. But don't recommend people drinking with cereal, yeah. Anyway, let's get straight into the palate next. Slanger. So, starting things off on the palate for this one, straight away you're greeted by lots of citrus. And these are different elements of citrus. It's almost like a ripe Seville orange. You're getting a bit of grapefruit zest, adding quite a bit of strength behind it. And then you get this quite soft and delicate fudgy notes, almost like a vanilla fudge. It then follows itself up on that one straight away with these spices, and these are a little bit of mouth-warming spice, almost like a white peppery note. There's even a little bit of nutmeg on this one, quite interesting. And then that malty character returns back, and it is quite malty throughout on this one, but it gives it a little bit more texture, and it's almost, I'd say, like a medium full texture where it develops if you hold it longer on the mouth. Then continuing on, there is that appley note coming through again. It's not like a toffee apple. It's almost evolved and it's become a bit spicy, and it's become like a spiced apple. Something that you'd have more towards the warmer, colder time of the year. Very interesting, this whiskey. Let's get into the finish next, and we'll come to our conclusion into finish. So now, to get into my opinion on the finish of this whiskey, the finish is not as long, but the flavors are still rolling off. They're developing, they're continuing on, and this whiskey keeps evolving on the palate, in the glass. It's like something that is just, it's wow. It's like, you don't expect this from a 12-year-old whiskey, but this one delivers above its weight. You get this almost like a pineapple-y character, and then you get that maltiness, and then there's a slight oaky presence just on the end, and then it finishes off. But it's maybe medium long. It's actually holding itself now on the sides of the palate. The spice is actually almost not evident on the actual finish of this whiskey. It's just effectively just on the palate. So, time for a rating, and this is one that's going to shock a lot of people. But Deanston 12-year-old, it's getting an 89 out of 100. My reasoning behind that is I've tried lots of these 12-year-old whiskies. I call them entry-level whiskies because many people get into them. They want to sort of experience these different styles. And this one's got a perfect summery character. It's not too intense, but at the same time, it's very welcoming. And it really just lets people understand the character of the whiskey. A lot of these nice appley characters, a little gentle spice, and a very nice rounded character of sweetness coming off that toffee note. Overall, this whiskey, in terms of value for money, I have seen it go down to 35, 36 pounds. And at that price for this whiskey, I think it's an absolute steal. And one thing that keeps just, I don't know what it is, but that waxy character on it just makes me say, I want to go back and take another sip. And I've got to save some of that for a comparative video coming up fairly soon. But that is really good whiskey for a 12-year-old whiskey. And it just stuns me sometimes. You don't need to pay massive amounts of money on a whiskey to get complexity, to get character. Sometimes it's just sitting there in front of you as a 12-year-old whiskey, and it just does the job. Now, in terms of does it need water, does it need time, those are two optional factors. Giving this one time to breathe a little bit, it will actually develop a bit more of those fruitier profiles. And that's something I found when I let it breathe a little bit more and developed a bit more on the nose. So, 89 out of 100. Let me know your thoughts. Have you tried any of the Deanstons down below in the comment section? And what is your favorite Deanston expression? Leave it in the comment section below. But on that note, if you have enjoyed the video, feel free to drop it a thumbs up. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. And this has been me, JasonWhiskyWise, and I'll catch you all for the next video. Sláinte.